All right, so we're continuing with the 2016 release test for the STAAR Algebra 1. We're looking at problem number 41. It says a quadratic function. By the way, quadratic functions make parabolas. They're either open up or they open down. So we'll have something that either opens up or down. We have two functions here. It says Q and W are graphed on the same coordinate grid. The vertex of the graph Q is 18 units below the vertex of graph W. So that's something you need to write, make sure you know. Q, the vertex of Q is below the vertex of graph W. Okay? So right now, if I put a vertex, just put a dot, okay? And I call this Q, is that going to be above or below W? Below, right? So W has to be what? Above. So that vertex has to be above it, right? So which pair of functions could have been used to create the graphs of Q and W? What I'd like you guys to do is go to Desmos. All right, let's type these in and take a look at it. All right, so we have, one of them says what? 18x squared, right? 18x squared, and what's the other one say? Just x squared? So one of them is 18x squared, one of them is x squared. But what do you notice about both those parabolas? They share the same exact vertex. Okay? So, in this one, it says Q of x, all right, versus W of x. So, is one of them below the other on that problem? Would you say one of them is below the other? The answer is no, it's not below. All right, let's go back to the multiple choice. Here's what I want you to do. Type in x squared plus 18 and x, well, let's keep x squared the same. But x squared plus 18. And this is Q. Over here, you're going to go back. You're going to type in x squared plus 18. Now everybody, this represents Q, this represents graph W. Okay? Right up here, this is Q, this is W. What's supposed to be happening? Is Q supposed to be above W, or is W supposed to be above Q? W is supposed to be above Q. This answer, what happened? Q is above W, but Q is supposed to be 18 units below. Alright? So, right now, what do you guys think, knowing that this is not the right answer and this is not the right answer, which answer do you think is going to be the best answer? Which one deals with going up and down? Alright, let's go over here. Type in C. C is negative 18x squared. Do they share the same vertex? Yeah, 0, 0, and 0, 0. Okay. What's answer choice B? What does answer choice B state? X squared minus 18. All right. So I'm going to type in x squared minus 18. And right now, once again, what does x squared minus 18 represent? That represents Q. This represents W. This graph right here is how many units below? It's 18 units below this graph. 18 units below. Now look at Desmos. Where's the vertex there? Yeah, this is at 0, 0. This is at 0, negative 18. What did we say at the very beginning? This is graph Q, this is graph W. So when you're doing it, you have to know which is correct. Okay? It's like when you're graphing it, you gotta know that. Everybody, here's what I want you to write down for your notes. Ready? If I have f of x, which is in function notation, equals ax squared plus c. This value shifts the graph up or down. So this one, what happened? It went from here to where? 18 units? Yeah. So this is the value that does what? You can write this down on the paper. It shifts up or it shifts it down. If C is positive, it shifts it up. If C is negative, it goes down. That's all it does. Okay? What did the A value do? The A value controls the width. So this A value, that controls two things. Number one, it controls whether it opens up or whether it opens down. Okay? If it's positive, it opens up with plus. If it's negative, it opens down. And number two, it controls what's called the width of the graph. Alright, so A controls whether it opens up or down. If that number is positive, it opens up. If it's negative, it opens down. And the C value, which they're testing you on here, just moves it, shifts it up or down. Okay? Alright, so if I go to Desmos, watch what happens if I make right here, I type in an 18. Look how narrow that is. If I typed in, so you can see it, quick little example, if I said 1 divided by 2, what happened to the width? It got wider. If I said divided by 10, look how much wider it got. If I said divided by 15, it's even wider. Okay? So the smaller the number, the wider it gets. The bigger the number, the more narrow it gets. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Delete that. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. Number 42. It says, in an electrical circuit, the voltage across a resistor is directly proportional. Okay? What I want you guys to write this down, this is called direct variation. You will have some problems dealing with direct variation. What I want you to do for direct variation is put y over x will always equal k, which is called your constant of variation. You can also see this formula. Y equals k times x. Very similar. Very similar is y equals mx plus b. But what the thing about direct variation, your y-intercept will just be 0. So there's no, the y-intercept will just be 0. So just remember this. M and k mean the exact same thing in direct variation. So this is going to be very, very, very easy. Okay? It says if a current, all right, it says the voltage across a resistor is directly proportional to the current. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to write voltage is directly proportional to the current. So I want you to write voltage over current. Very same concept. It's like y over x. Voltage over current. So over here it says, if a current of 12 amps produces how many volts? 480. So we're going to put 480 volts on top, and we're going to put 12 amps on the bottom. You don't have to worry about V or anything else, but when it just labeling it. It says, how many volts would a current of 1.5 amps produce? We're going to put 1.5 right here. So here's all you have to do. You're doing 480 over 12 equals V over 1.5.
It'd be less than 0.025, right?
Okay? Well, basically, think about it this way.
Because I just divided 12 by 480, and I got 0.025, and it has to be less than that. It's going to be, that's one.
Well, would you agree that the V is going to be bigger than 1.5?
Okay, then
If that's 12, and that's 480, that's 1.5, that's going to be bigger than 1.5. Okay? So, does anybody, when you guys see proportions, what do you think? Cross? Yeah, cross multiply. Cross products. That's it. So 12 times V equals 480 times 1.5. Okay? So what's 480 times 1.5? Go to your graphing calculator, all right? All right, so I have 12V equals 720. What are we going to divide both sides by? 12. And our voltage is equal to 720 divided by 12. Okay?
Would it be like, because I divided 480 by 12, we got 40, right? And that'd be like how much each amp was pushing, how many volts? It'd be 40 watts per amp. So like 1.5 amps would be just like 50. Or not, no, 60. Okay, I get it.
Now, without a calculator, just know, if you guys right now, you do 72 divided by 12, that's just 6. So it just has an extra 0. Okay, so 720 would just be 60. So what would you bubble in as your answer choice? You bubble in a 60. Okay? That's it. Basically, this is a direct variation. How do you know it's a direct variation problem? How do you know it's a proportion problem? It tells you. Like, this is what I need you guys to highlight, underline, something. Whenever it says something is directly proportional, what are you going to set up? You're going to set up a proportion. Alright, everybody, this is not going to take long at all. This is one of those gimmies. Hopefully you get some gimmies like this. It says, which graph shows a line with an x-intercept of -5? I'm going to show you where the x-intercept should be. It should be right here. That's an x-intercept at -5. That would be the x-intercept. That would be the x-intercept. That would be, and what's the only line that passes through the x-axis at -5? Okay. Okay. If it asked you for a y-intercept at -5, by the way, you see how answer choice B? What does answer choice B have? It doesn't have an x-intercept at -5. It has a y-intercept at -5. So you need to know the difference between an x-intercept and a y-intercept. What is the definition of an x-intercept? What's the definition? Where the line hits the x-axis. That's the definition. All right, here we go. All right, it says, student rode a bike from school to a recreation center. The graph shows the student's distance in miles from the recreation center after riding the bike for X minutes. Okay, so right now, this is the distance from the recreation center. This is the time in minutes. So what's happening? As he's riding, he's getting closer and closer and closer to the recreation center. Eventually, when he gets there, that means he's reached it. So what's happening to his distance as he's traveling? The distance that he's going to the recreation center is going down. Because he's getting closer. Right? If you're getting closer to somebody, the distance decreases. Okay? Now, it asks you what is the keyword. What's the range of the function? So if you guys would please just label this. Time is your domain. That's your x's. Y is your range. Your range always deals with the up and the down. Domain always deals with left and right. So what is the range? The distance from the recreation center. Okay? That's what we're doing. So what's the greatest distance? 9. What's the least distance between it? 0. Yeah. Remember, up and down. How high does it get? 9. How low does it get? 0. So the answer is all real numbers greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 9. Between here and here. That's the range of this function. You see how it has a solid dot? By the way, something you guys want to pay attention to real quick. Where does he start? He starts at 9 miles away. Where does he finish? 0 miles away. So it has a start and it has an end. That's why the answer is G. You guys ready? What's it asking us to find here for number 45? Zeros. So here's what I want you to do on your paper. On your paper, if you would please. I want you to put a point here and put a point there. Those are your zeros. Okay? Those are your zeros. So how many zeros do I have? I have 2. So watch, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see a little bit easier, right? You're going to be able to look at it, okay? So I have a 0 here, and I have a 0 right there. Are those perfectly crossing the x-axis at integers like a 1, a 2, a 3, or 4, or 5? Hey, would you agree these answers are definitely fractions? They're fractions. They're not going to be whole numbers, all right? So automatically, is it add a 3? Oh, I'm going to change colors here, ready? Answer choice A would be here. Answer choice B would be here and add a 9. Answer choice C would be, there'd be one answer. It's got to be, D is the only one that has 2 answers in that are fractions, right? Now, listen, what I want to do right now is hopefully you guys will use Desmos to check your answer. Can I type this into Desmos? Yes, I can. So go to Desmos right now. Just practice. Just type in 6x squared. All right? 6x squared. I'm looking at it. Minus 11x plus 3. Now, automatically, look what it tells you the zeros are in Desmos. What does it say? 0.333 repeating. 1.50. Does everybody know what fraction always goes with 0.333 repeating? 1 over 3. What fraction goes with 1.5? That's 3 over 2. So you could type this equation into Desmos and you can literally find what? Find the zeros of the function. Alright, here we go. Number 46. It says, which equation in standard form has a graph that passes through point -4, 2, and has a slope of 9 over 2? Well, by the way, guys, standard form is in this form, right? It's in AX, write this down, AX plus BY equals C, okay? All of these have the same slope. There's always 9x minus 2y. These all have the same slope of 9 over 2. Here's all I want you to do. Take 9x minus 2y, and we are going to set it equal to something. What number am I going to plug in for x? What number? What number do you think I'm going to plug in for my y value? 2. 9 times -4 is -36. -2 times 2 is -4. When I combine those, -36 minus 4, I get -40. So what does this end up becoming? -40. When you plug in a what? A -4 and a 2. Automatically, you see the answer is H. Now, if you didn't know how to do that, could you type it in Desmos and still find the answer? Here's what you have to do. You have to, by the way, through process of elimination, okay? So help me out here, Jenna. Tell me the very first equation. 9x minus 2y, all right, equals 36. Okay, there we got that, okay? So I'm just going to do this. That's a wrong answer. Let's do the right answer, all right? The right answer was what? 9x minus 2y equals what? -40. Okay, -40. That was the right answer. Now, how do we search to see if it's the right answer? What point should be on it? What point? If I type in a point right here. Oh, not that one. Plus, if I make a table, what point was supposed to be on it? -4, right? -4 and a what? 2. Which graph did it plot a -4 and a 2? The blue one, or the purple line, but there's a blue dot. So did everybody see how this would be the correct answer. So here's what I need you guys to understand. You can make a what? In Desmos, you can make a table of points. And you can also graph any function. So either you're going to use the table or you're going to use the function option. Okay? And that will allow you to figure out which is the correct answer. It's very, very easy. Alright, and that's going to be, oh, one more real quick one. Just do one quick one. This is super fast. Alright? You guys have 4 answer choices, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now, last problem. Put y is greater than or equal to negative 7 over 2x minus 2 in Desmos. That's what we're going to do. So right now I'm going to clear this out, clear this out, clear this out. You better practice it. Alright? We're going to do y is greater than or equal to negative 7 divided by 2, right arrow, x minus, come on, work, minus 2. Right? Does everybody see this? I'm going to zoom out. Or zoom in, either way, zoom out. Everybody see that? Alright. You have that. Now we're going to go, there's your answer.
Honestly, a little different.
Okay, because you didn't put in x. You gotta put the x there. You literally have to type it in exactly as it appears. Well, look at this one. Which answer does it look like it is? A, B, C, or D? If you go back and look at it. Which answer? You were right. It is. Literally all you had to do was type it in and match it.
Type it in and match it.
Type it in and match it. If you don't get it right, you deserve to get it right. Just saying. Alright, that's it for today.